Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode number 1269. That's right, episode number 1269 of Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Live today, again from Red Morton Park. Today, we're going to be talking about drama without profit. Why YouTube conflict never ends. One more time. Without profit. Why YouTube conflict never ends. All right. All right. Can you put a one in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Thank you. So, babe, put one more one if you can hear me and see me. YouTube cut me off. Were you folks able to hear the topic? Drama without profit. YouTube conflict never ends. Thank you. And hello, Don. Hello, Tia. Don's here first. Tia's here second. Oh, Tia, real quick. I got your message. I got your comment on the channel. Hey, and you're entitled to your opinion. It's all good regarding the House and the Senate and Congress flipping blue in November. It's all good. It's all good. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be. By the way, the State of the Union address, I believe it's still currently on live right now. I'm going to catch the replay. I'm actually recording it off of News Nation on the DVR. I typically don't even like to watch these things live anymore because I like to record them on the DVR because when you record it off of live TV, you can fast forward through commercials or anything like that. And there aren't a lot of commercials during the State of the Union address, but I just want to have more flexibility. I don't want to waste my time with nonsense. Hello, Don and Eli. Hey, Dia, how are you doing? Welcome. Great to see you here. So, yeah, I'm going to catch that later tonight. Before we get into the topic here today, and, there's a reason why I wanted to do this topic. The reason why I wanted to do this topic is primarily because I love my lady Dawn. I want to show some good faith to her, but also to other people like Tia and other people in our community here that I really care about everyone in our community, including people that are currently struggling to rid themselves of chaos and unnecessary drama and other things, right? And I'm hoping that my message here today resonates with them. I mean, if I had to guess, I doubt it will. But you never know. And I do think that my positive content, when I talk about this in a cool, calm and collected way, I really do think people are comprehending it. And even if they're not publicly saying, yeah, Eli, you're right, I shouldn't be going back and forth with people on YouTube all day, every day. It's something right now that works for me. Well, it works for you because it helps keep you regulated, right? But there are other ways to become emotionally regulated, and we can get into that in a little bit. But first, Hey, ODN, how are you doing, broski? Welcome to the show. Hello to you, Don and Eli. Um, yeah, I've got a lot going on right now. I've got a lot of clerical work that I'm working on. I'm not going to get into details or into detail, but people that have been around for a while, they know I've got a lot of stuff coming up and a lot of things that I'm working on. And um, Don and I both have some appointments coming up, and so it's been very productive. Let's put it that way. But I'll tell you, there's been a lot of stuff to take care of lately. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's all for the better good. And so I just wanted to update everyone and let you all know. If you haven't seen me around participating in other live streams out here on YouTube or on the internet, it's because I've got a lot of work to tend to on my laptop. I've got a lot of preparation for some things, for a bunch of different things that are time sensitive and coming up, and so that's what it boils down to. So that is that. So let's get into this here, okay? Let's get into it because I met a lot of great people out here on YouTube. I met a lot of people that really aren't that great, in my opinion, and I really don't want to say anything bad about anyone, but I've met a bunch of people that I would, have preferred I never came across, right? And I've had to learn how to handle those situations and not let them affect my everyday daily life, not just on YouTube but off YouTube, right? And I've been doing this for over 8 years, and I've made lots of mistakes, but I've learned from those mistakes, and I really want to help people learn from my mistakes, right? Now, there are people on the YouTube platform. Lots of people create drama, right? Many people create drama content because it's very profitable and they make money. But there are also other people, and I'm not saying that I condone people making money off of drama content, especially when it involves attacking innocent, decent people on the internet as their content fuel to make money, right? But there are also many people that create drama content and do it as a hobby. They don't make any money doing it, or very little money. They'll get a Cash App or a PayPal every now and then, but their intent is not to come out here and be an actual creator and create something sustainable and make a living off of it. Their intent is to stir the pot because it helps keep them regulated, or it helps by letting them blow off some steam, right? Look, I can understand that. I can understand all of that. Babe, you can send me a message behind the scenes. I showed you where to go on the laptop to take care of what you're going to take care of, right? I've been training Dawn as an actual channel manager on both the channels here on how to handle aspects. And so appreciate that, babe. So anyway, I can understand why people want to come out here and blow off some steam. I totally get it. All right, hold on a second. All right, I'm sorry. That guy had his window rolled down, just blaring music. I mean, if you're gonna blare music, at least keep your window rolled up. Respect the people that want a little peace and quiet at the park or the neighbors around, right? Anyway, it is what it is. So, again, I understand. People want to blow off steam. Coming on YouTube's an easy way to do that, right? But I'll tell you, while you think you're benefiting from blowing off steam out here on YouTube or on social media, you're also doing yourself a disservice at the same time. Now, I'm not going to get into the disservice that you're doing yourselves. You already know that. What I do want to talk about, and there are 3 people out here on this platform within our community here at the GNA that we really truly care for. And my lady Dawn really cares for them. And Dawn and I are very good at oh yeah, by the way, babe, just so you know, babe, keep an eye, because there's going to be multiple restarts. So you know what I'm talking about. Make sure you keep an eye, and you know what you're doing. Yeah, you can confirm in the chat. You understand that there are multiple restarts, so you got to keep an eye on that. Anyway, so there are no problem, babe, no problem. I appreciate it. Yeah, Dawn has really stepped it up as the director of operations, vice president, second in charge of the GNA. She has really stepped it up, and God bless you, babe. God bless you. So, there are 3 people. I'm going to mention them by the names they use on YouTube, because we really care about them, and I want to address them here today. Not only as an example to help everyone, but to truly let these people know that we care about you. One is Mr. Flex, one is GLM, and the other one is Dana, not my ex Dana. Dana that runs that Witch You Know channel. First and foremost, all of us here at the GNA, including myself and Dawn and Tia and Sandra and ODN and the rest of us, we have the utmost respect in all of you, and we understand completely why you continue to enthrall yourselves in endless nonsensical drama, particularly with one person, right? Now, I haven't had a whole lot of time to focus on all of this, but It only literally takes 5 to 10 seconds to go to 2 or 3 channels, skim their community walls, and see what's going on, right? So I'm not wasting any time on this. But I have the most respect and love for them. Of course you do. And part of the reason why I wanted to do this show today, babe, is because I wanted to show my respect for you and to you, because you're right. These are good people that are basically, stuck on one conflict as their constant fuel for being out here on YouTube and for Flex on Rumble, and sometimes GLM, with Flex's permission, restreams him on her channel on YouTube. Nothing wrong if they have permission, and they do. Right? Yeah, keep an eye, babe, because there's going to be restarts. Make sure you take care of the restart. There could be 3 or 4 restarts. And yeah, just as long as you're getting the links and you're doing what you need to do, it's all good. Yeah, so and here's the thing, Mr. Flex. You and GLM and Dana, feel free to use as much of this content as you need to share your response or to share how you feel, and just know we're on your side, right? I'm only giving permission to those 3 to use my content. No one else has permission. Everyone else is subject to copyright enforcement by myself. But Flex, GLM, Dana, feel free. If you want to dissect this, what I say here. And I really hope you do, because when I get a chance, maybe at some point tomorrow, I can watch any replay of any shows you folks do tonight and really try to understand what is the purpose of continuing to do the same thing all day, every day. I'll come out and say respectfully that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result. The result is not changing. You folks are doing the same thing every single day. It's like a broken record that's stuck, right? It's like a CD that's put on repeat. And I have to ask, respectfully, what are you accomplishing from it besides blowing off some steam and using it as a self-regulation tool? Because none of you folks are really making any money doing this. It's not about money. Every now and then, you folks might get a small donation, but you folks don't do this for the money. Which, if you were doing it for the money, I still wouldn't agree with it because of the type of content, but at least if you were doing it for money, I would kind of more so understand. You folks are not doing this for money. And I'm not mad. We love you all. We have a lot of respect for you all. But what is the purpose? Because you're not getting anywhere. And if anything, you're giving those people you keep talking about every day more content and more opportunities to talk about you and actually make money off of you. Which you folks could easily stop that by just backing away. Does part of it have to do with the fact that if you stop talking about this, you're not going to have anything else to talk about that people are going to want to tune in? Because that's going to happen. Because I'll tell you this. I've never been a drama channel, but I've done some streams that I guess could be considered drama. And those streams get more views. And get more live viewers, right? But I'm more so focused now on my actual real content. This is part of my real content. Okay? And my views have dipped. My live viewers have dipped. My donations have dipped. Everything has dipped, but I'm staying focused on what I'm truly here to do. And I'm going to slowly build off of that, right? So is it the fact that you folks are afraid that if you stop talking about the same people or same person all day, every day, that you're going to have nothing else to talk about? That your current audience is going to just go away and get bored because they're there for the conflict and the outrage and all that? And how much longer do you folks plan on continuing this same exact back and forth? And again, your response may be, why does it matter? It doesn't affect you, doesn't bother you. No, it doesn't directly affect me. It doesn't really affect anyone over here. But is it okay for us to say that we care about all of you? You Flex, you GLM, and you Dana? We care about all of you. And listen, my ladies opened up my eyes. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. If it wasn't for Dawn, and listen, I like all of you. Flex, GLM, and Dana. But I'll tell you this, if it wasn't for Dawn, remember, all of you were previously removed. I gave all of you chances to come back because of Dawn. And now I'm really seeing that, hey, yes, you are good people, right? But I'm telling you, it's because of Dawn why you folks came back. And all of you are still able to chat in my chat. You can show up whenever you want. As long as you don't bring that stupid drama here, right? When is this going to stop? Because here's the thing. As much as I love all three of you like brothers and sisters, right? Flex, GLM, and Dana. The longer that this keeps going, the only thing all three of you are doing is validating that the other side, or the people you're going at, or one particular person that you keep going at, all you're going to do is validate that they're right about you. Because if you really want these people or one particular person you keep going at, if you really want them to stop bothering you, you'd stop talking about them. Look, they don't talk about me anymore because I don't talk about them. Now, they might re-inject themselves based on what I'm saying here, but I don't care. I just ignore and move on. I have other things to do. And I'm not here to stir the pot. I'm here to just say, hey, to the people over here on our end, why continue to feed that loop? My lady's keeping an eye on things. Dawn's become a YouTube expert. And she has gotten really, really good at understanding the entire YouTube system. Because I've shown her. And she knows how to do things very, very quickly. Just like that song, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Well, just know, Don's always watching you, even when I'm on a mobile stream. And here's the thing. Don and I both know that, you can call her and I all the names in the world, right? But we ignore that and just focus on procedure and proper procedure, right? Don and I just ignore all that garbage and we just handle business, right? Yeah, go make another round, babe, because I think you need to make another round. Again, if you folks really want to get what you want, which is to get certain people to stop doing certain things or saying certain things, how about not antagonize them or continue to feed into them, right? I mean, that's the obvious thing. It's absolutely the obvious thing. It's absolutely the obvious thing. Babe, let me know. Are you still there, or are you making your rounds? It's all right. All right. We are back live. We are back live. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Thank you, Odian. Yeah. The culprit. It's all good. It won't affect you. Anyway. So, I got to tell you this. I'm going to say this again, like I said last week. ODN, I'm very proud of you. You have actually toned it down quite a bit, and I'm not expecting you to. I'm not expecting you to change a thing. Yeah, no, I did. I did. I cut out for a second, but now I'm back. It's all good. It's all good. It's underground, ODN. You know what underground is, right? And I already know. I already know. I know exactly what's going on. It's okay. God has a plan for everyone, ODN. God has a plan for people that intentionally continue to try to hurt others, right? I put it in God's hands, and, hey, when people continue to play with fire, they eventually get burned. And I'll just tell you, at the end of the day, everything's going to pan out in the way it was meant to pan out, the right ways. Amen, says Tia. Tia, you put your faith in God and the Lord Jesus Christ. You do. I'm not trying to sound like a preacher or anything. I just know you're a God-loving woman. Yeah, you're right about that, ODN. That's exactly what's going on. Yeah. That's That's why certain things down the road will be put out through the proper channels. So, and that's all, you know. There's no need to sweat it or lose sleep over it in the meantime, as long as we know and I know, hey, everything is in progress to properly handle the situation, right? But anyway, so getting back to Flex, GLM, and Dana, all three of you are actually very good creators. All three of you have a great radio voice and YouTube voice. All three of you are talented and gifted, right? And see, Dana, you've said the same thing to me in the past. I appreciate that, right? All three of you are so talented and gifted, you could be doing something more productive than wasting your time on nonsense, particularly with one person. This dude right there has a big shepherd. That's a big shepherd right there. About, I'd say that shepherd's probably about 65 to 70 pounds. Was almost as big as the half German shepherd, half temper wolf my family had growing up. Our dog was a pretty big dog. Not the biggest shepherd, but pretty big at 80 pounds. Anyway, so all three of you are very talented. Why do you keep wasting your time on the same stuff every single day? You can come back and say it's none of my business, and it really isn't, but we're on YouTube, so I'm going to make it my business because I consider you folks my friends, right? And I'm trying to actually help people that are my friends. If you folks weren't considered friends of mine or Don's or the DNA, I wouldn't be focusing on it. I would just be talking more in general, and I am also talking in general. But I know at times if I specifically focus on certain people, I might be able to help you folks work through this and overcome it. And then guess what? If you folks overcome this and just move on from all this nonsense and talk about other things or create other content, everybody wins. Not just you folks, we win and everybody wins. And it's not about winning against that supposed opponent that you want to keep going at, right? It's about we all win through positivity and being good people. It's like being the better person, striving to be the better person. We're not trying to compete with anyone. We're just coming out and saying, hey, we rise above all the drama, all the outrage, and all the conflict. We're better than that. We're not saying we're better than anyone specifically. We're saying we're better than this stupid shit, right? You know, it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me how much control certain people have over their audience. in real time. Like, it's amazing to me that some people, some groups, they have these email lists where people are standing by in real time for underground content, right? And it just goes to show how some people will go through great lengths to continue to try to harm someone. And I won't even say for their own personal gain. I think people here, let me be honest here. I think people are still trying, and people will always try to harm other people. I won't, but I know other people do it on YouTube because they're trying to get ahead, stay ahead, etc., right? Right? I just think that I just think deep within, these types of people are very lost. These people feel like the world owes them something. Some people even think I owe them something, right? There are people on this platform that do things to try to harm me because they feel I owe them something. And let me make it very clear, I don't owe anyone shit. I don't owe anyone anything, right? And additionally, people that try to harm me, and I'm just sharing this because if you ever deal with stuff on YouTube and you're trying to run a channel, you know, at times, you know, you're going to talk about certain things to update your audience and to also teach a lesson, right? But I seriously think that the people that feel that they're entitled to intentionally, consistently try to harm me are doing it out of jealousy and spite. And hey, you know what? If that's the way that you need to soothe yourself, I can't control what I can't see, right? I can't control what you do underground, right? I also can't control how you're going to react or how your emotions are going to be. And I know that people are human. I know that people are human. And no matter what they say publicly or not, deep within, I know my words are hitting hard. I know my words and my actions of how properly I'm handling things lately are hitting hard, right? Which in turn makes you more jealous, which in turn makes you feel the need to retaliate more over something that was never even done to specific people that are harming me, right? Okay, no quote. Okay, thank you, babe. No worries. Yeah, send me a text message letting me know what's going on with your stuff at home. Don't need to put that in the chat. It's all good. Dawn is multitasking. She's taking care of some things right now. Her and I are arranging some things with some of her friends in the upcoming weeks and months. And so we're trying to do a bunch of things at once. So it is what it is. Flex, GLM, and Dana. I've enjoyed being on panels with you folks. I haven't been on panels in several weeks, probably close to 3 to 4 weeks now. I enjoy coming on panels with you folks and hanging out and collaborating. I'm hoping we can start to do that again. But I just can't keep coming on panels over the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. That's not getting anywhere. And look, I'm not afraid to come on your panels because I'm afraid of those same people doing dumb things to me or anything. I mean, they're going to do whatever they're going to do, whether I come on there or not. I would just rather focus on talking about some more important things. We can talk about the gig economy and what's been going on there. We can talk about the economy in general. We can talk about the midterms that are coming, right? We can talk about relationships in the modern world and how they affect men and women, right? There are so many things that we can talk about, have a great conversation, and I can bring a lot of value into having these conversations on your streams. And we could have a new topic every night or every few nights or whenever. Because the same topic over and over and over again, over the same person, over the same conflict, right? It's nothing new. It gets played out. There's no value. And at some point, eventually, people just start to back off. The only people that stick around are people that are there no matter what conflict there is. There are some people in these YouTube audiences that as long as there's conflict going on, even if it's the same repetitive conflict, day after day after day after day after day, they'll keep coming back. It's like playing Ricky Martin's Living La Vida Loca 10,000 times on repeat for like a month straight, right? That's basically what it equates to, right? So many things we can talk about. There are so many things we can talk about. There are so many things that I could bring to you folks and bring value. And it's not just you folks. There are other people I can bring value to, or we can all bring value to each other together, right? The reason why I'm talking about this is because I'm trying to bring more structure and value back to YouTube, especially for people that I know are far better and above the stupid, repetitive, endless, nonsensical drama. Now, here's the thing. Again, Flex, please feel free to use as much of this as you want. Same with you, GLM, and same with Dana. Nobody else. Nobody else has permission. But Flex, you can respond on your stream, and I can check it out tomorrow. I don't know if you're going to go live tonight. Maybe he's live already. Who knows? You know what's even more sad? You know what's even more sad? Is that a lot of you stopped coming here when you know we're all on the same page. A lot of you stopped coming here to support the channel, even though most of you are still moderators here. Not Legeno. You're still a mod here, man. Even though I've heard that, and this happened weeks ago, today is the day I finally chose to address it. Even though I heard that you're not too happy about me trying to keep my channel clean from drama, what is wrong with that? We've talked about that on GLM stream. But just because I started to enforce my rules more so in general, I never once specifically was talking about GLM or anyone, but you all automatically assumed that, right? So apparently when I didn't suit your agenda of allowing people to talk about the same thing and the same person in my chats, you guys all just went away and said, hey, F Eli, right? When did I necessarily do anything wrong? I'm willing to have a conversation with you on your channel, not Lay Channel as well. We can talk about it. We can be respectful about it. Or is that conversation not necessary because you like being enthralled in drama? Is that what it is? I think you're a great guy. I think all these people are very good people. But you folks are all stuck in this drama loop, and I'll tell you, it's at this point right now, it's not even interesting anymore. It's boring as hell. It's become beyond boring. It's just become beyond even interesting. Like, it's the same old thing. It's become really stale. Hey, Lewis, how you doing? Thank you, Eli, for sharing the email there. Or thank you, Lewis, for sharing the email there. Sorry, the Eli email. And I respect Eli. Who loves drama? I don't. I know you don't. I don't, Lewis. The only drama I like is watching like Law and Order. Dun dun! And a few other shows. Like, I like the scripted stuff on TV. I don't like the real life drama on YouTube where people do background checks on each other. Like, this is how bad this has gotten. I didn't talk a whole lot about this, but I'll talk about this today because it's not a big deal. I don't have to mention names, and I really don't care because I just do my own thing. Whoever shows up, shows up. You know, whatever, right? A lot of these people are seriously going real life on each other. They're putting out a lot of public stuff. Now, to a certain extent, if you're a public figure, then that's public information. But here's the thing. if you go and watch my show from yesterday, the majority of these people in these conflict groups are not even limited purpose public figures. You're all private individuals. And then you have one person out there, not a part of our group, part of another group, that comes out and publicly doxes somebody and publicly admits that they doxed them, and then publicly went after their work, right? Because this person works for a gig company. I won't mention which one it is. Most of you that have probably been following the story know what I'm talking about, but I don't need to get into detail for the public here, okay? You're seeing all this real life stuff happening, and I'm really sickened by it, right? Because the funny thing is, these same people have accused me of doing all these things, yet they have blatantly just done these things themselves, right? They've accused me of these things when it benefited their content, even though I never did those things. I've been accused of doxing and this and that, right? But then they go and dox themselves, and then they publicly admit, yeah, I know I'm doxing, is what they're saying. Over YouTube stuff? People looking into each other's personal stuff, like, and I understand some stuff is public, like court cases and stuff, but I'm really seeing amongst this small group of people, some of them are people that Don and I care for. You folks are trying to fight fire with fire. All you have to do is ignore that particular person and other people. And if that person does some things that are against the law, then use the proper channels to handle that. And let me tell you, the proper channels usually aren't calling the police or the FBI. The proper channels are either trying to get a stalking or harassment order on them, or filing a full-blown circuit civil case. Now, you folks aren't going to be you're not going to be dealing with copyright because you folks aren't running a real business. You don't care about copyright. But these are civil matters. If you have a real civil matter with anyone, handle it in the court, or just ignore it and move on. But see, the funny thing is, all these people, and I love some of these people here, the people on our end, all these people involved in this are trying to play judge, jury, and executioner all in one. You're trying to take the law into your own hands. Or, at the end of the day, you're saying, oh, I just come out here on YouTube to blow steam, and then I log off. Really? Okay. Do you really need YouTube to blow steam? If you need YouTube to blow steam, and you can't regulate yourselves in different ways off of YouTube, then the problem is bigger than I initially thought. Start getting your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in just a few minutes. Got a busy day tomorrow. I've got a very, very important meeting at some point tomorrow. Something that I'm not going to be talking about at this point, but down the road, I will bring it up. And I think people are going to be really, really surprised. You know, when you're patient and you don't expect things, right? Things start to happen. And good things take time and they happen slowly, but when they start to happen, they cause a chain reaction of good things happening. And I've got a great jump on necessary things that need to be prepared for in the next month and a half or a little bit less. So, in case anyone's wondering here on our end, I'm in a good position, in a good place. And the future is looking very bright. Let me put it to you that way. "57 minutes. We're going to wrap it up at the hour mark. Don said a new episode of the Curious Case of whatever. Released a new episode tonight on HBO Max. We're going to be watching that. And then we also watch People magazine puts on a show, a new episode of that. We're going to watch that and then get to bed and start the day early tomorrow. Sandra Palacio, hi Eli. You've been Trump by Trump tonight. I'll catch your replay. I'm getting my exercise standing and sitting. I'm going to be watching the State of the Union address, Sandra. I'm recording it on News Nation because I don't want to watch CNN and I don't want to watch. I like watching Chris Cuomo and the rest of the people on there. They're more neutral, even though News Nation now has a couple of conservative anchors. One is deeply conservative that used to work for Fox News. I can't remember her name, but I'm really not that fond of her. She is really on the far right. She even debates Chris Cuomo, but yeah, that's another thing I'm going to watch tonight as well. Or early in the morning while I have my coffee. If after watching those other two shows with Don first, I don't have any energy after that. It's been a long day. I was up early and got a lot done. A lot of prep done, Sandra. A lot of prep. But yeah, I mean, if I've been trumped by Trump or preempted by Trump, whatever, people can watch the replay, like you said, right? I'm curious to hear what Trump is going to say about grocery prices and natural gas prices and electricity prices, and gas is starting to go back up again. I mean, it's not outrageously going up, but gas has gone up 40, 50 cents in the last 3 weeks or so, 3 weeks to a month. It was steady for a while, but it started coming back up. Trump tried to take credit for gas prices being low, and it wasn't him. It was just supply and demand. That's okay. I mean, what else can we expect? Hi, Sandra. Hope you're doing great tonight. Tia says, good stream. Thank you. Hope your meeting goes well. Don't forget podcast Wednesdays. Yeah, podcast. The Don Eli Take on the World podcast, episode number 49 on anxiety will be released tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Thank you for reminding us, Tia. It's on the other channel, the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Link is below in the description. Subscribe, bang the bell, and select the notifications if you haven't already. It's also on the entire audio-only podcast network, such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, my lady's favorite iHeartRadio, Amazon's Audible, YouTube's Music, and all of the rest of the not so popular, not so well-known audio-only podcast networks. Do a Google search for Don and Eli Take on the World podcast if you prefer to listen to it audio only, or if you don't have YouTube Premium and you want to listen to it, with background play. You can't do that through the YouTube app unless you have YouTube Premium. You can do that through pretty much all of the audio-only podcast networks. Got a lot of love for all of you. Thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you for your continued support. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. An hour and 1 minute, almost an hour and 2 minutes. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone.